Good morning, my dear students. This is Neeraj Kumar, your English teacher. So, today as well, I am here to continue chapter 8 A House is Not a Home. I hope you will be listening to me very carefully. So, my dear students, please pay attention on the following things. I was about to run after her when I felt a large hand hold me back. It was a fireman. I had not even noticed that the street had already filled with fire trucks. I was trying to free myself from his grasp, yelling, "You do not understand, my mother is in there." He held on to me while other firefighters ran into the house. So, I just tell you what happens in this paragraph. The author was about to run when he saw her mother rushing towards the house for getting something. At once, he felt someone holding his hand from his backside. As he moved back, he found there was a fireman. Author even had not noticed that the entire street was filled with fire trucks, and author made a lot of effort to free himself from that grasp. He started crying, "Leave me, leave me, leave me. I just have got to go to escape my mother. She is inside the house." So, but that that fireman did not lose his grip. He kept on holding very tightly the author. After a couple of seconds, what did I see? That there had been some other firefighters and rushing towards the house. He knew that I was not acting very logically, and that if he were to let go, I would run. He was right. "It's all right, they will get her," he said. That fireman was quite aware about me that I was not acting, but he did not lose my hand. He did not leave my hand. He held my hand very tightly. If he had left my hand, I would have gone to the house to save my mother. But he did not do so. He did not leave my hand. And he consoled me that there had been other firefighters. They would certainly save your mother. He wrapped a blanket around me and set me down in our car. Soon after, a fireman emerged from our house with my mom in tow. He quickly took her over to the truck and put an oxygen mask on her. I ran. I ran. I ran over and hugged her. All those times I ever argued with her and hated her vanished at the thought of losing her. "She is going to be okay," said the fireman. So, the fireman that held me so tightly, he wrapped me in a blanket and took me to my car and made me sit inside that. After a couple of seconds, after a couple of minutes, there was a fireman coming out from my house, taking my mother with him. And he at once took my mother towards the truck and put an oxygen mask on her. I at once ran towards my mother and I hugged her. Just before the arrival of my mother, I was thinking about my mother from the very depth of my heart, from the bottom of my heart. And I was thinking that as soon as she came outside, I would certainly start quarreling with her. And I was thinking of losing her. That was something that hammering in my mind. It was something going on in my mind towards my mother. But that fireman consoled me and made me peace that your mother is going to be fine very soon. You don't worry. Now let us move ahead, my dear students. She just inhaled a little smoke, and then he ran back to fight the fire while my mother and I sat there, dazed. I remember watching my house burn down and thinking that there was nothing I could do about that. The fireman told me that uh, she has inhaled some smoke, because of that she has got some problem. But you don't worry, I have applied oxygen mask. Right? Then he at once ran back towards the house where fire took place. And while I and my mother got scared, got afraid, sitting in astonishment there, I kept on watching, I kept on observing my house burning and thinking again and again that nothing I had in my hand I could do that very time. I could do something that very time to, just to save my house from fire. Nothing I had in my hand in that time. I hope you understand. Now let us move ahead. 5 hours later, the fire was finally out. Our house was almost completely burnt down. But then it struck me, I had not seen my cat. Where was my cat? Much to my horror, I realized that she was nowhere near to be found. Then all at once it hit me, the new school, the fire, my cat. I broke down in tears and cried and cried. I was suffering loss big time. So it had been 5 hours. It had been 5 hours. Then the fire was finally out. And my house was almost completely burnt. Then after a couple of moments, something struck in my mind. I at once thought of my cat. She was not there. And I was quite petrified. I was quite astonished when I didn't find my cat around me. She was nowhere near to be found. Then at once, something like my new school, the fire, my cat, started hammering in my mind. And, you know, I lost my sense that very time, as I thought of losing these things. So when I didn't find my cat, I started crying, yelling, screaming. And I suffered a big loss that time. So, my dear students, that's enough for the day. I hope you must have understood something that I have detailed you. So, thank you very much.